less bulky too than a washcloth and more sanitary. So if you are interested, you can find a discount code and unique link below in my description box if you'd like to check Zima out and grab your own face cloths or take a look at their other products. Thank you to Zima for sponsoring today's video, and let's get into it. Okay, first question is, what would you say is the worst part of being a content creator? How do you feel about that kind of exposure, etc.? And if you could talk a little bit / comment on Lily Whisper's departure from the ASMR community, your thoughts or opinions, I'd appreciate it. Hope you two are still in touch and she's doing well. So Lily is doing well. We are still in touch. I'm going to visit her in Pittsburgh in like 4 days for the weekend, and I will be vlogging that. So another shameless plug for my website. My all access members get a 25 to 40 minute non-ASMR vlog to see what I'm doing with my life that you don't see on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, any of that, every month. And I will be vlogging this trip. So if you want to see Lily, then you can go and check my website out, asmrxbabe.com. There is no commitment, and you get access to all previous content. So you could join just to see this vlog and then leave, or go to a lesser tier or whatever and watch previous vlogs. Worst part of being a content creator is probably like in today's day and age. I mean, there's like a few like negative things. I think that they're probably all kind of balanced, even though I know that I'm not some closeted racist, homophobe, or whatever people like dig up on people about, that they tweeted things like 12 years ago. Like, I'm not that. It's just so scary to think about, like, something happening and you getting canceled, or people are trying to expose you, or people trying to get their 5 seconds, milliseconds of fame by like making gossip videos or whatever. That has not ever happened to me, and I think I'm small potatoes for that to happen. But it's like, it's like a catch-22, because like you want to grow on the platform, but then like you don't want that to come with it. Like, people start to be more mean or controversial. YouTube is honestly a pretty safe space when it comes to hate. I really don't experience a lot of it, and if I thought I did, TikTok takes the cake. TikTok, just the audience, I guess, is bigger. I also think it's a lot of kids, just people with varying opinions and who are maybe not the brightest bulbs, even if they are adults. So I keep that in mind, because I'm like, the people in real life that I know, or that I would respect their opinions or ask advice of or ask the opinion of, are not the people leaving like crazy hot take, controversial, whatever comments on my TikTok videos. Like, I literally can't I can't call somebody a cheap tipper for not tipping 20%, like, within the US culture, without getting hated on. It's like a crazy concept. It's like every adult I know in the world, like in life, like, it's just, that's a universal truth. Like, no matter your, income bracket, like age, race, gender, like everyone I know agrees with that. So it's like separating yourself from the internet, and that like you don't know these people and you can just let go of their comments, which I for the most part do. Okay. she's like a vlogger and a lifestyle YouTuber, and I've heard her say before, like, I'm losing subscribers every day. She still has millions, and nobody might realize that. The untrained eye might not realize that, but you can see and look back, her previous videos might have had 3 million views, and now they get 700,000, you know what I'm saying? So, like, that is definitely happening with a lot of creators. I'd say the majority. So it does make it a little less motivating to post. And on the opposite, like, my TikTok, I never expected to do as well as it's been doing, and seeing the success of certain videos and how many views they get, I'm like, oh yeah, like, let me post and like keep up with this and see if I can really boost my income, right? Like, here on TikTok, which I never thought would even be another revenue stream for me. So yeah, the numbers definitely have an effect on my motivation. But so do other things, right? Like the comments from my most engaged viewers, and people saying like, hey, I never comment, but I'm just like, letting you know you've like really helped me out with XYZ hard time in my life and things like that. Because at the end of the day, we are all comparing ourselves to those creators with hundreds of thousands and millions of followers, etc. And I just totally lost my train of thought. Oh, so like, even if I had 500 people, right, like watching my videos, at the end of the day, think about like a small business, right? Like, that's a lot of customers, and affecting, you know, and really making a positive impact on 500 people, right? I'm saying 500 people because that's roughly how many, I have a little over that members on my website. That shows me those people that are like really, really engaged. So it's trying to kind of bring that down. Okay, these next two questions are kind of the same. When do you have the most fun filming? And if you didn't care at all about performance/views, what videos would you make more of? Are there certain videos you'd love to be posting that you're not because they don't perform well? Yeah, so my most fun filming and what the videos I love to do the most are vlogs. I have the most fun doing my vlogs on my website, and I'm not just saying this because that's like the more expensive tier on my website. I promise you, I would tell you. I only just started doing that because of the website. I was thinking like different ways to add value for the different tiers and things that would be realistic and like fun for me to do. I knew that I couldn't do, for example, like, my website has 4 tiers. I wasn't gonna do, 3 videos for this, $6 tier, 8 videos for the 9, and then 10. Like, I can't do any more ASMR videos than I already do. I used to do 2 a week here on YouTube, but that was before I was doing 3 on my website, 3 audios, TikToks, now whatever else, Instagram Reels are just recycled. But I would be miserable if I was doing like tons and tons more ASMR like videos. I wouldn't know what to film. I like variety, and I love to have my vlogs because it's almost like a home video for me and like a time capsule of like what's going on in my life. They're very real. They're very much just like, this is what I'm up to. I'll go back and watch them. And also, the editors that I use are fantastic and really make them like such a fun story. So when my vlogs come back, I love watching them like a movie. Like, get my popcorn out. Like, I love it. Whereas when I'm editing an ASMR video, I'm not really watching it. I make noise when I make a mistake in the mic so I can see where the sound is, so I can cut it and not have to watch the me here are whispered rambles and like life updates. Like everyone was super invested in my wedding. I'm sure whenever I get pregnant, that'll be like the next round of that. People like that. Like me putting the word baby shower in the title of my YouTube video where I talked about planning my sister's baby shower. I was well aware that some people might assume that it was my baby shower I was talking about, and they might click more, and that video did well. So those do well, and then mukbangs also do well. And like those are my strongest videos for sure. But mukbang sometimes can feel off-brand for me, and I'm like, dear God, if like a fucking somebody watches this video from like somebody that I know through my career, like that's so weird. And then rambles, it just can get repetitive because I'm doing so many rambles on my website and stuff, and I don't want to, like, people that are joined on my website but still watch my YouTube, like I don't want it to be me saying the same stuff a million times. But that might be like a me issue, and nobody's like worried about that. Okay, next one. How do you know if a brand emailing you for a sponsorship is legit? Do you get a lot of scam emails wanting to do partnerships with you that seem dodgy? Oh, 1,000,000%. Way more sketchy ones than legit ones. And especially since I got TikTok, oh my god, it's like 100 a day. Now when I say sketchy, what is a red flag for me? It's like hello dear or whatever, and it's like broken English, and it's clearly like an automated email that came from like something TikTok shop, whatever, that they don't want to pay you. They want to gift you some random stupid product that I could not care less to have. And I can look at just the subject line and delete immediately. So I get them constantly, and I just delete all of them. I have absolutely no interest in doing gifted campaigns, and I'm saying this for like brands that want to give you like a crappy lip gloss off TikTok shop and have you like sign up for their affiliate marketer program. Like that's something that they try to get naive creators with. I think like, oh, you get 15%. We're not going to pay you a flat fee, but you'll get 15% of every sale. And, you know, if that partnership goes well, then we'll do a flat fee, or like the first one you do for free. And if that goes well, like, goodbye. Like, is that how it works in traditional media? Let me put a commercial in the Super Bowl, and then, you know, for free, and if it does well, then like, you know, then we'll pay for the next one, like after I've done the work for you. The issue with affiliate stuff is sometimes your video is more of an awareness. Okay, it's not necessarily gonna cause an immediate call to action. Like for you guys, if you see me doing a sponsorship of something, you might not buy it immediately that minute, but if you see me doing one, then another person doing one, then you get an ad for it, then you randomly think about it or whatever, then you might like buy one. So that's like an awareness thing, okay? So it's still valuable. Also, B, when you do an affiliate partnership with a brand and you get like a percentage of the sales, like it's just, you have to like continuously plug that brand to be able to make any sort of money off of that. There are a select few brands that I would do an affiliate partnership with if asked. I'm sure you guys can think of the main one, right? I won't say it, but the jewelry company, like, I don't have that structure there, but I would do it in a heartbeat because I know that like you guys are going and buying that stuff when I talk about it, because I just know you are. And so if I have to like plug your like a phone number, like a full name, and they're like, you know, ask me to do like a gifted thing or lowball me. I'm like, hi, yeah, like, do you have a budget, like a paid budget for this? Otherwise, like, no thanks. And again, they'll be like, well, if it goes well. I'm like, no, like, I don't work like that. Like, and I have no reliance of my income on sponsorships. I see them as extra, and everything is a balance. So I don't care. I don't need a couple $100 from a brand to show off their product. I don't care to have that and do the work. It's not worth my time if they're not gonna pay accordingly, or they're just trying to be like sketchy, and it happens all the time. So I'm never like, oh, well, is this okay with you? Like, I'm like, this is what my budget is. Like, this is what I'll do. If not, call me later. Goodbye. This can be a long video. What does your creative process look like? Where do you find your inspiration and ideas? How did you overcome being able to film yourself and feeling comfortable enough to post it? Creative process, honestly, I usually just like think of an idea. It might just pop into my head based off something so random that I saw, and I'll like immediately write it down. Maybe I'm inspired by another creator and I would write that down. Trending events and topics, right? I always do, for example, on my website, like the Met Gala, like fashion review, and the Grammys, and the this, and so whenever those are around, I know I'm gonna do that. Always sprinkle in my traditional content that does really well, like I talked about, rambles, mukbangs every now and again. You know, trying to ask for requests of my audience and balance your requests with what I know is going to do well or not on my channel. And how I overcame being comfortable to film myself. Honestly, I had a YouTube channel when I was like 14 with my best friends, and probably like I was never scared of filming myself and posting it, honestly. I mean, yeah, I don't know. I got voted most likely to be on reality TV in high school, and I was like so proud of that superlative. So like, I've just not been scared of that. I enjoyed it. What is the best way people can support you / their favorite influencers? For example, we know engagement is important, but is one thing better than the other? Follow, commenting, liking, sharing views, using codes, etc. Yeah, great question. So, I mean, for me personally, like, joining my website, right? Because that's how I make the majority of my income through social media, because I don't put mid-roll ads in my YouTube videos. So I like cut in half probably the revenue I could make for YouTube from YouTube, but I do that so that there's no annoying ad interruptions for people watching ASMR, because I know I hate that in ASMR. I hate that. I won't watch a channel. I now like upgraded to YouTube Premium so I don't get the ads, but there's certain creators, ASMR creators, who I would love otherwise, but they have like 7 ads riddled throughout their videos, and I'm like, I cannot watch this. Like, it's so annoying. So that becoming a member of my website at any tier at any time, from an engagement perspective, definitely, like, if you like, for me, anyone that I support, I am gonna like the video. I will go and down my TikTok, for example, of people that I follow, and I won't even watch half the major. I even think that with YouTube and stuff and TikTok, I think you can literally just click the share button, but not even actually like share it. Like I think that works. I think I tested that out with you guys and it like was successful. So try that. Just click the share button. Using codes, that I would say definitely helps for specifically brands that I'll do multiple partnerships with, right? Like, for example, using my specific link instead of just going to like whatever.com, because like I won't always have a code on every website, but I will always have a link, a special link that ties your purchase to my video. So again, if we're talking, jewelry brands that I love and want to continue to work with, in those cases, they want to see me making sales in order to like renew the partnership. So if you see me do like a one-off, it's like buy it or don't buy it, right? But if it's like a I've worked with them a lot of different times. Yeah, using that code or that link from my description boxes is helpful in getting more sponsorships for sure. If you could collaborate with any celebrity to create an ASMR video with, who would you choose and why? Oh, I mean, my mind just jumps to like Kim Kardashian, honestly, because as much as people hate the Kardashians, I do love the Kardashians. Khloe has always been my girl, although Kim has kind of taken that spot a little bit recently, just based on Khloe's, like, I don't know, sort of, she's changed a little bit. I think she's a little hurt from all the stuff that she's experienced, unfortunately, which I'm sure it's hard not to be, but I think that Kim would like take it serious. Like she'd be like, oh my god, this is funny, but like take it serious at the same time, because she like puts her all into everything that she does. And obviously that would get like a ton of views, because I don't think she has done ASMR yet. Like Courtney does it all the time. Or I mean, I don't know, like the president, like someone that was just gonna give, all the views. Yeah, any of my dream celebrities. How do you stay consistent creating timely content for YouTube, website, TikTok, and stay motivated to do the planning and filming? So for me, having a schedule that I'm like tied to is the number one thing that helps motivate me to be able to do content on all of these different platforms. I don't have an assistant or a manager or an agency. I use editors for my vlogs. That's it. I do everything else myself, and it can get to be a lot, especially when I'm working full time. I'm not, as we know right now, unfortunately, but even still, I'm like, oh my god, like how did I even do all this with like working full time? So for me, it's just accountability. It's picking the day, Sunday, that I feel is a good day to post ASMR. Everyone's having their, Sunday scaries. Most people on a Sunday evening are home resting. Knowing that that's realistic for me to post one day a week on a Sunday and announcing that to my audience to say, I post videos on Sunday. So I know if I miss a Sunday video, show, you know, just dropped or whatever at a day and time, right? Like we all know we watch House of the Dragon at 9 p.m. on Sundays, right? So good, by the way. And then for Instagram Reels, I've just started that, so I'm still a little, you know, figuring that out. But again, I'm trying to do Monday, Wednesday, Fridays. I know it's not realistic for me to post every day on all of these platforms, so I really just came up with a schedule that felt like it was able to be successful, but also was doable for me and my lifestyle and longevity, because if not, you'll never commit to it. And if you don't have a schedule, you know, that you at least can hold yourself accountable to, or your audience can, then like you might just keep letting days and days or weeks go by that you don't post, and keep making excuses and being like, oh god, well, how do I pick back up again? So that schedule piece for me is huge. Okay, I can't like get to these all because I'm just like talking, so let me see if I can like rapid fire a little bit. Do you ever feel famous or a little special knowing so many people have watched you over the years? Sure, of course. Anyone that says otherwise is lying. Anyone that is an actor, a singer, a content creator, you're going into it, and part of the motivation is the fame or attention piece. It's gross to say out loud, but it is true. People like attention that do social media. Hard stop. So sure, am I aware that I'm not famous? Like, very much so. But when you get those little people noticing you, or, you know, get special perks and things sent to you and whatever, of course, it's exciting and validating. Has anyone ever recognized you in public? Yes. A few times. I mean, the most recent was like 2 weeks ago at the shore at a bar. There's been like at a Starbucks, at Sephora when I used to work there, at a bakery, at a street festival. So yes, doesn't happen often though, and I love it when it does. Have you ever had an incident where someone anonymously brought up your channel to your work environment? I sure have. Not anonymously though. Yeah, basically a woman that I guess had some sort of weird vendetta against me for no reason, based off, I'd say, jealousy and just issues alone. Told people that I was doing, you know, ASMR, which it was never a secret at this job. It's never a secret. And tried to paint it in a bad light to people that were, you know, a little older professionals, like probably just really didn't understand what it was. So their opinion was easily malleable about what it was. And I had to spend like months like getting the respect from these people that now had a bad taste in their mouth about me for no reason. So that was completely insane that happened. I know that it happened. It was confirmed to me, and it was not anonymous. So that was gross. I'm sure it's possibly happened other times at work that I wouldn't be able to confirm, that people have judged, for sure. Do you feel self-conscious making ASMR videos, seeing as your friends and family watch your videos? No, my family doesn't. My friends and family like don't really watch. Like my dad like wants to watch, and I'm like, I don't really want you to watch, because like I don't feel like answering your questions about like what I'm talking about, and I don't want to feel like I have to like not talk about women's stuff or whatever. It's like he doesn't, and I make sure of that. But anyone else, I don't care if they see it. My friends aren't like watching and getting ASMR from me. Like that would be like they don't see me that way. Like they will like roll their eyes at me. Maybe my TikToks, a couple of them watch, or they just see it and like it. But no, I'm not self-conscious. ASMR is like fully a thing now, right? Like, do employers care about you having a YouTube channel? I totally forgot what I was saying because my camera just overheated, but I know that it was about my employers. Are they usually unaware that I have a YouTube channel or not? And basically, I don't usually hide it. Like, it's been on my resume for the majority of my career. I will say I took it off my resume this time around as I'm applying to jobs, and I did that because the type of job I'm specifically looking for is in-house at a pharma company or a medical device company, and a lot of times these companies are very conservative and, you know, might not understand the value or the benefits of that. Now, I will say it's been a while that I've been unemployed, and I am thinking that I might, even though I really want to remain in the healthcare space, like that's always where I've been, I might make a like non-healthcare, like focused version of my resume, and change a couple of the language in some areas, and then also add my YouTube back into that and see if I get any bites there. I think it really is tough because it depends person to person who's reading it. Do they think it's weird? Do they not understand it? Do they think it's sexual? Do they think I'm gonna want to quit my job to pursue, you know, content creation full time, so I'm not really committed to the career? So it's a little bit, that's something that I definitely struggle with. And this time around I've been experimenting with keeping it off, and I don't know that like that's the reason that I wouldn't be like, well, that's why I don't have a job and I got one last time. I think it's just, it would depend on who was looking at it. How does being a creator affect real life? Doesn't really affect my real life much. I pretty much am small enough that I still do all the normal things. I just have less time, probably because I work usually full time and do content creation, so I have to be like vlogging stuff instead of maybe just like being in the moment sometimes. But I like having the footage. It's like when you don't want to exercise but you want the result. I don't want to vlog, but I want the vlog. Was I afraid for people to find out? No, I was not. Let's see, what else did I actually get? Like, most of them at this point. Creative process. What's the best way you can support? You can collaborate, staying consistent. Any advice for upcoming content creators? How to build up your platform? My advice remains true, and it's really about being prepared and understanding like what it takes to be successful on social media. I think a lot of people think that you know, you can just post and go viral and be done with it or whatever, but it takes building like a brand, like knowing what type of stuff you are going to put out there, making sure that brand resonates with, you know, a big enough audience, making sure the space isn't like overly saturated the way that, you know, there were so many makeup creators in like 2015, hence like my switch to ASMR. Although every space is so oversaturated today, and there's so many people on social media, especially like TikTok, that you can make and you might be more successful making a really niche channel that not a lot of people are making videos about that topic. And then really just consistency. I mean, once you've got a good formula, your personality is good, you've got a draw, you've got some sort of something that's keeping people coming to your videos, versus this one. So having that thing about you and like your kind of differentiator, and then just consistently posting as much as you can. You cannot. Now, some people will have the luxury that you could take a little break or whatever. If you've already established an audience, you do not have that luxury in the very beginning. You have to post consistently, so you might want to bank a few videos, TikToks, whatever it is, to get yourself ready. TikTok, you gotta post like 10 times a week, 7 times a week, like a lot. I post 3 times in a day and then 3 days, right? So I'm technically posting like 9 times, maybe 10, maybe 8. No less than 6. YouTube, you really should post 2-3 times a week. I should post more, but I just don't have the bandwidth. Instagram, I'm still figuring out that algorithm because I just made my Instagram shorts. I'm not really totally sure because my shorts are also within this channel. I try to post those twice a week because I don't want to do too many so that I'm just a shorts channel, but I don't even know if that's like a stupid tactic or I don't know. So that's the other thing too. You have to understand and make yourself learn about the algorithm and what makes your channel tick and what people are into, and just really having a pulse on the trends of social media in general, high level. Are people leaning more towards short form or long form or whatever? And then being able to implement what you're seeing people do, being able to pivot and change if needed, being able to understand the time commitment it takes, and then having that time commitment and being realistic about it. If you know that you can't post 5 times a week on YouTube, then don't say you're going to. You don't want to lose trust with your audience. That's a huge thing. Once your audience doesn't trust you anymore, it is downhill. So I think I got through most of the questions, to be honest. I know you guys asked me about my situation with a big ASMR artist. How did it affect me, whatever. It was just a pain, and made me potentially, that was the only time I ever felt like, oh, maybe I don't want to do content anymore, because this negative attention is intense. But it's been moved past, and it is what it is. So anyway, so that is all I have for you guys today. I'd like to again thank Seema Gentle Face Cloths, Seema for sponsoring today's video. Check them out with the link in my description box, and you can use the code in my description box for a discount as well. Thank you guys so much for being here. If you have any other questions for me that you're dying for me to answer, just